everybody, I'm back from offshore this week. Had a pretty decent week at work. If y'all are concerned about that, ask me later. Up until now, I haven't really known all that much about the movie. Some of y'all have already seen the movie. I haven't. I was excited when it was announced to be coming out on the 4th of July because 4th of July, today, I'm coming home from work. About 3 weeks ago I found out it was coming out yesterday. So I was offshore, no movie theater, probably within about 120 miles considering all the water. Everything I know about the movie, characters up to this point, is contained in this book. Transformers: Ghosts of Yesterday by Alan Dean Foster. It's very appropriate that they had the Transformers prequel novel, and I believe the novelization of the movie itself, written by what may possibly be the only living robot on Earth. This guy writes more books than I've ever heard of. I mean, I used to read his Spellsinger novels. That went up to 9 books. Flinks in the Flux or whatever. Flinks and Pip stories. I don't even know how many of those he's got. He writes all the Alien movies he wrote. Not the movies. He wrote the books of the movies. This book is really not that bad. I mean, it's a very quick read. It is 286 pages, and I read it in 3 sittings. So, doesn't focus on the Transformers as much. Of course, you know, this is not Beast Wars, so there are humans, and they like to tell us about them. But there's a lot of human side story. Granted, in some way or another, it does relate to the Transformers, but still. Pretty much the book is split up into 4 parts, all running side by side. You have the humans in Sector 7 who are trying to transport Megatron from Alaska or somewhere way up north in the Arctic down to wherever they're moving him to. After playing the video game, I'm guessing it's Hoover Dam. That's one story, and they end up getting attacked by the Pinko commies. Then there is the group of astronauts who are launched aboard Ghost 1, which I'm guessing is where they got the title of the book. They end up trying to slingshot around the sun, a la some Star Trek movie they did it. So they end up going through a wormhole in space, ending up God knows where amazingly the Decepticons just happen to pop out in roughly the same area. Then you have the area of the book that focuses on the Decepticons. This is probably the smallest section of the book. Mostly it deals with Starscream trying to be manipulative and find out what they know and why their spaceship, Ghost 1, is based off of Sector 7's backwards engineering of Megatron. So it bears some strong Decepticon influences in its look. So, most notably, Blackout believes that they know where Megatron is. Megatron has been lost for thousands of years. There's a big fight between Blackout and Starscream in the book. That Blackout is trying to take over control and fails miserably. The last section of the book, and what is probably the 3rd smallest behind the humans in the spaceship, probably have the largest part of the book dedicated to them, then the military team on Earth, then Autobots, then Decepticons. They're every bit as goody two-shoes as you hope. Like I said, they do get to the humans second, so the Decepticons have had time to warp their brains against them and tell them that the Autobots are evil dictators who have run the peace-loving Decepticons away from Cybertron. Really, they didn't have to get Alan Dean Foster to write this. I could have done a pretty good job. Not knocking Alan Dean Foster, but it's a good book. It's definitely not one of his best. I'm hoping that the movie itself is a little bit more fleshed out than this. There is not even a real description of the appearance of the Transformers. The impression I get is that they're just freaking huge, because they're discussing, unless I just misunderstood some of this, that the ship that these 4 or 5 humans are in, that traveled all this way, that has all the enough provisions, that they were supposed to originally go to the sun, slingshot around it, then out to Jupiter and back to Earth. So however much room you would need for food in this vessel, they make it sound dinky next to a transformer. Like, this entire ship is supposed to be hiding behind Optimus, being shielded from Starscream. And the Transformers I've seen in the movie preview are nowhere near that. I mean, are they supposed to be Godzilla-sized in the book? Because that's what it sounds like. They just sound like gigantic monsters. Megatron wakes up. He has to be kept frozen. The Russians take and sabotage the convoy going to the ship that's going to bring him to the mainland in America, and the cooling system that keeps him frozen malfunctions, and 2 brave veteran soldiers sacrifice their lives to refreeze him, and inspires, I think his name is Jensen. Jensen is inspired to become a better soldier by their sacrifice, and I'm sure will probably be in charge of Sector 7 in the movie. Again, I don't know. This is just me guessing because I haven't seen the movie yet. The humans on Ghosts 1, they are post-humans now. Starscream managed to completely destroy them. Oh, and that's what I wanted to say. Starscream's gimpy legs that everybody talks about. See if I have them. I have them somewhere, but he's not transformed. But everybody's seen huge, massive upper body and little bitty, weak legs. Well, they discussed that the humans were able to sneak up behind Starscream, and even though their weapons have no effect whatsoever on him, some sort of chemical bomb that was launched into his back through a gap in his armor or something started a fire or something inside of him and just pretty much screwed him up from the waist down. Starscream, now that he's in charge of the Decepticons, he is their Supreme Commander, is trying his hardest to find the Allspark without finding Megatron. And based off of stuff that he was able to steal from the humans, he knows where both are, and the impression I get is he's trying to avoid finding the Allspark without letting the other Decepticons know about it, because if they find Megatron, he's no longer head honcho. Anyway, go and see the movie, and we're going to be doing something special for the review of the movie. We will be having guest hosts. My 2 brothers will be giving, my middle brother Drew is, I would say, kind of a lukewarm Transformers fan. He likes them. He's not going to go out of his way for them. My youngest brother Philip hates them, but he's coming to see the movie, so you'll be able to see 3 perspectives on this. Y'all have a great day, and I'm just glad to be off that damn platform. Be cool.